guys, welcome back to the shop, and a treat especial. We've got ourselves a new car, and specifically, if you've seen the thumbnail for the video, it's exceptionally remarkable because Subarus are back on the menu. For the nearly 200 of you subscribers that have waited valiantly for more Subaru content, congratulations. Cheers to you, bud. Your perseverance has paid off. This is a 274,000 kilometer Forester, formerly my sister's, and kudos to her and her now husband. Congratulations. It's not that bad shape. It's pretty good. It's definitely been taken care of. It's not just the bare minimum of like, oh, do the oil changes and do the brake pads. Like, no, you can actually tell there's some thought and effort that's gone into it. Regardless, as such, 273 to 4,000 kilometers, doesn't matter, nearly 300,000 kilometers. There's definitely some things that need addressing, and as such, if you're ready to get stuck into a new series where every once in a while there'll be videos of chaptering and chronicling maintenance items on a 2010 era Subaru, specifically automatic Forester, you know what to do. Press the big yellow button. For those of you who remember the big yellow button. Other than that, let's get stuck in. But first and foremost, I sit before you a Luddite. And as such, allow me to demonstrate to you some things that I enjoy that many others might not understand. First and foremost are buttons. Something else I enjoy. Hydraulic steering. It's definitely used. It's not winning any awards, like, at all. It's just a regular car, and that's all I need. It'll need some work, but elbow grease is a beverage of choice here at NSUGS Studios. Full disclosure, some may recognize this car from the Gorilla Maintenance video, and you'd be right. The OGs remember my old Impreza, and they'd be right again. Naturally, I feel right at home in the fuzz. However, there are things that need to change before it's mine. Here's a quick list of things that need to change for it to truly be mine. These. I'm sorry, Marty and Moog. I'm sorry, Craig. These gaudy things. Oh, maybe that's why the exhaust is gaudy. Ugh, both of them need change too. This poorly aged crap. This. Ooh. Now, for the nerds among us, you may notice that these seats are not the factory Forester seats. They're cool, but they're certainly not to my taste. So, we will be replacing them with the OE seats. And you may be wondering, where are the OE seats? And you can be mistaken. You can kind of begin to see something down there. What's that? Come on. Worth mentioning, it's a good idea to pull your battery, or at least the negative terminal, so that you don't accidentally set off the airbags. Behold hell for many an auto detailer, second only to the small, short, white dog hair. Allow me to show you the source of the fuzz. Benny! Pumice stone, right? The stuff that you find in your shower when your missus isn't looking. Old Spice. Wow. That was agitating. Oh my goodness. Oh, right, cables. Hey, a quarter. Dibs. Oh, it's a nickel. Give it! Ew. Ew. Wow. Sable? Oh, that's so much nicer. The factory seats are meant to be in the factory car.
You got it in.
Yeah.
See, a little bit of a...
You can actually see now.
Yeah, I know. I hate those seats.
Now, you can be forgiven for thinking that I might identify with a certain group of people, organizations, etc., merely by namesake. While I might not identify with those groups of people, or is that offensive? I never said anything about a little bit of leather not being sexy. As such. Hello. Step 1, disconnect battery. You'll need a 10 millimeter socket, shallow or deep, don't matter. What you'll need next is a T30. You're going to want to find the little hole here. There's another identical hole on the exact same side on the other side. Is this thing deep enough? Can this go in? This might not be deep enough. There's not enough shaft. Keep your comments to yourself. I was wrong. There was enough shaft. It's just how you use it. Now, just so you're aware, these T30s, they are captive, so there's no need to worry about falling them out or what have you. Grab yourself a small flathead screwdriver, and you want to pry up on the little yellow tab. It's important to do this when the battery's when the battery's disconnected. Otherwise, it'll be a sucker punch to your extremities, and everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Take your ground. I said, take your ground. Come on. There you go. There we go. Airbag removed. And you've got one more, the white connector. Push down on the tab at the top, pull out. Bob's your auntie. Next is your 17 millimeter. Make sure your steering wheel's straight. Anyone who tells you you need an alignment after changing your steering wheel is huffing propane, man. That is foolish. Crack it loose, you don't need an impact. Anyone who also tells you you need an impact, also huffing fumes. Don't unthread it all the way, leave it on like that. Give it a good whack. There you go. Thread off the nut. Straighten roughly back out. Yeet. Feed your cable back through the same little dingus hole. And you want to get it roughly squared up. Looks good enough to me. And thread your nut back on. Oh no! Fingers? Alright, talk about personalizing the car now. We're gonna go back to the future, back to the factory radio, because some of the controls don't work with this radio from a 2014 Impreza. For those unfamiliar, this radio is actually also from the base model 2012 to, I don't know, 2020 radio, whenever they switched to a giant tablet full of nonsense. How to remove the trim surrounding the radio. You're not going to be just removing this part here, like it's not just doubled in, you're removing this whole HVAC panel. Now, if you're flippant and rich, this is where you'd bust out your trim removal tool. However, if you're not flippant and rich, screwdriver, bit of electrical tape wrapped around it, works minty fine, bud. Is that all? Yeah, there you go. Yeet. Do the exact same, but in reverse. Wait, hang on, I forgot a step. Make sure you get your brackets before you install it. They're the things that do the stuff. Hey, it lives. Nope. Not paying for copyright. Now, do the stereo buttons on the steering wheel work? Yeah! Now, does aux work? That's the real question. C'est bon? It vex? Yeah? So, back to basics, man. That's all you need. Some of you old timers might recognize this book here, and strangely and luckily, and don't jinx it just yet, 274,000 Ks in 16 years, the Forester doesn't have a P0420 check engine light, so I won't be needing this book. This book, however, this book may be required. Oh, shh, look at that. Oh, an A series.